Well, among the ballot initiatives before U.S. voters on November the 8th is a measure that would permit the use of psychedelic mushrooms and other naturally occurring hallucinogens in the western state of Colorado. Scott Stearns narrates the story by Svetlana Pirstinska in Denver.
A measure before voters in the U.S. state of Colorado would allow adults to grow and use certain naturally occurring psychedelics, including mushrooms. Their sale would be limited to state-licensed healing centers where trained facilitators would supervise their use. Entrepreneur and spiritual coach Beth Weinstein says restricting sales to Colorado healing centers would further distinguish natural hallucinogens from other legal intoxicants, such as alcohol.
These plant medicines or various forms of psychedelics are not necessarily something that someone is going to go take and then go cruise around on the road or, go to a bar like we do with alcohol and then drive home. Most people, and I can only speak for myself and many communities that I know, they actually go to one place to have a psychedelic experience.
Supporters of the proposal point to clinical trials that show the drug's uses in treating terminally ill patients and people who suffer from depression, anxiety, or post-traumatic stress disorder. Matthew Duffy is co-founder of the Society for Psychedelic Outreach, Reform, and Education.
I don't think that people who are seeking healing or ways to cope and have relief in their lives should be punished. People need support.
Duffy says that support requires a rethinking of the infrastructure supporting mental health and alternative therapies.
Psychedelics aren't going to do this for us. We have to take care of ourselves, take care of each other, and we have to create the community capacity to actually integrate psychedelics well.
Opponents of the proposal include the Colorado parents group Blue Rising Together, which says hallucinogens could easily get into the hands of children. The group says the ballot initiative is being driven by profit-making commercial interests that will then push for full legalization, as was previously allowed in the Netherlands. The parents group spoke with VOA about the measure, but declined an on-camera interview. The U.S. Department of Justice says ingesting psilocybin mushrooms can have negative physical and psychological consequences, including nausea, vomiting, muscle weakness, drowsiness, loss of coordination, and panic reactions and psychosis, particularly if a large dose is used. Scott Stearns, VOA News, for Svetlana Pirstinska in Denver, Colorado.
Welcome back to Asia Prime. Well, defending champions France have confirmed their squad for the 2022 FIFA World Cup in Qatar. It is a 25-man provisional list. There's still some time for Didier Deschamps to add one more player should Le Blues head coach decide to do so. Goalkeepers include Alphonse Areola, Hugo Lloris, Steve Mandanda. As for the defenders, there are Lucas Hernandez, Theo Hernandez, Presnel Kimpembe, Ibrahima Konate, Jules Konde, Benjamin Pavard, William Saliba, Dayot Upamecano, and Rafael Varane. And in the midfield, this will also include Eduardo Camavinga, Yusuf Fofana, Matteo Guendouzi, Adrien Rabiot, Aurelien Tchouameni. Now, Jordan Verretou will also be included in the list of midfielders. And in the forwards of the Le Blues, Karim Benzema, Kingsley Coman, Ousmane Dembele, Olivier Giroud, Antoine Griezmann, Kylian Mbappé, and Christopher Nkunku.
Steve Mandanda, défenseur Lucas Hernandez, William Saliba, Dayo Upamecano, Raphaël Varane. Milieu de terrain, Eduardo Camavinga, Youssouf Fofana, Aurelien Tchouameni, Jordan Verretou. Attaquant, Karim Benzema, Kingsley Coman, Ousmane Dembélé, Olivier Giroud, Antoine Griezmann, Kylian Mbappé, Christopher